You will know. Troubled heart, you'll know. Every life has reason, for I made it so. Hey, okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome to the Mental House with me, your host, Khadija. Okay, I want to talk about two topics today. One is partner choice, and the other is control issues. Okay, very short, simple, and to the point. Oh, because I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear it, Cletus. I know you don't want to hear it, but I got to be the one to tell you. All right? Okay, partner choices. Check this out. Family system theorists speak on how we reenact our family of origin in our adult lives. So there is some truth to the old adage that Freud said that we marry our father or our mother. But people get confused by this idea because they only look at the surface characteristics of themselves and of their mom and their dad. If mom was overtly emotional and clingy, we might marry someone who on the surface is strong and independent. If the systems from whom the surface, if the system from which we came are dysfunctional, then that strong, independent woman will be foreclosed with the dependent child living within her body. Let me repeat that. If a mom was overly emotional and clingy, we might marry someone who on the surface is strong and independent. If the systems from which we come from are dysfunctional, though, then that strong, independent woman will be foreclosed with the dependent child living within her body. When her dependency comes out, it may take the form of her being demanding, pushy, and critical. It's her fear that causes that. But it's still no fun to be around. So you understand that? That inside child really makes her, it takes the form of demanding and being pushy. However, the bottom line behind it all is fear. She may reveal her dependency in letting you walk all over her. You might, you being the offender and she being the victim. Listen, she may reveal her dependency in letting you walk all over her. You being the offender and she being the victim. She will be competent and independent at work, but helpless in her relationship with you. What actually happened here is that you reacted to mom's helplessness and dependency, became the offender like your dad, and married someone who you thought was the opposite of your mama, but who really wasn't. That make any sense? Didn't make any sense. Because if it didn't, I think I'm going to repeat that for you because it's very, very mind-blowing. If you got a mother who was emotionally overly clingy, we might marry someone on the surface who was strong and independent. If the systems from which we came from are dysfunctional, then that strong, independent woman will be foreclosed with a dependent child living within her body. So when the dependency comes out, it's going to take the form of her being demanding, pushy, and critical. Her fear causes that. However, it's still no fun to be around. Or she may reveal her dependency in letting you walk all over her, you being the offender while she being the victim. She will be competent and independent at work, yet helpless and docile at home in a relationship with you. What actually happened here is that you reacted to mom's helplessness and dependency, became the offender like your dad, and married someone who you thought was the opposite of your mother, but who really wasn't. Reacting to our families of origin means that we are not free of them. Listen, these people they're in our minds, they're in our souls, they're in our breath should we grow old. So what we got to do, y'all, is figure out what is the good meat and what is the bad meat. Listen, I'm coming across so many people, especially my musician friends. Most of them crazy as Bessie Buzz. And so when we start talking like this, and this is what made me really, really pursue this stuff, because most of the entertainers or people and musicians that I know have really traumatic experiences as children. From burning up their houses, from shooting their relatives, to trying to stab their siblings, just a lot of hurtful and traumatic things. And they've taken a lot of that passion and hurt and pain and pushed it off somewhere where the mania can live and be actually praised, the way I see it. Because that's why when they get off stage, you be like, who the hell? Okay. Anyway, thank God for therapy. Thank God for you knowing that there's some stuff going on that we always can't respond to. Let me say this again, though. What actually happened here in this relationship is that you reacted to the helplessness and the dependency and became the offender like your dad. You married someone who you thought was opposite of your mom, but who really wasn't. So reacting to our family of origin means that we are not free of them. They still control us if we have to react to them instead of making our own choices based on our clear identity, and which is what most of us don't have. Okay? Now, control issues is a little bit more thought-provoking, maybe. This is related to our fear of abandonment and ultimately to our fear of death. We are mortal. We cannot prevent our physical death, and we cannot make someone love us. The power struggle that we get into it with each other are about the need to control the uncontrollable. That's all. You got the need to control the uncontrollable. In fact, that's what addictions are about. It is very common for us to act out our addictions much more when we are alone, or when that spouse or lover of ours is on a 4-day business trip. When they are home with us, we try to control the situation by controlling them, which only pushes them further away from us. Control issues is related to our fear of abandonment. Fear. I really do contend there are only two stimuluses that you can operate on this level. It's either love or fear. And that's why a lot of y'all get on my case, because I always say love is in need of love today. Don't delay. Stevie knew what he was talking about. Because if you're not operating out of love, which is how every one of us got here, through love, then you must be operating out of fear. And fear, your fear may be founded. Not saying it's unfounded. Just saying those are the two stimulus that spin this axle, baby, with us. Love, fear. Which one you living in? Which one you trying to break out of? All right? Okay. We're going to go. Like what you hear. Please subscribe and share. And you don't got to like what you hear. Just please leave a comment so we can engage one another with this conversation, because that's what I would love to do. I keep saying I want to get more conversation. And that is going to do it if you've got the courage enough to go inside and talk about these things that are not easy. All right? I love you all. Thank y'all for being out there. If you like what you hear, please, again, subscribe, share, like. I love you. Take care of your heart today. Take care of your mind and your soul today. You are worth it. And we'll see you next time right here in the Mental House. Bye-bye.